Hey guys, I'm back. So happy Sunday evening. And so I've decided that occasionally, sporadically, um, while I'm packing up, finishing after a live, that I would come on and do some chit chat. And I wanted to come back on today or tonight and just kind of talk about something that I was talking about a little bit earlier, which is what would your life look like if if we were to do the things that we wanted to do, if we were to prioritize the things that we claim are actually important, if we were to do those things that we are afraid of doing, what would your life look like? If so, hopefully, I can get some of you guys on live and you can chime in. But I think it was such an interesting conversation that I actually was having earlier. Hey, I was actually having it earlier with a friend, and that was what it became. Like, so many of us, and I'm not selling jewelry right now, so if any of you are popping on, my video is in replay that I just did, so I'm not showing any jewelry in this one. I'm just kind of chit-chatting and putting jewelry away. But what would your life look like if, like, what does that look like? What does that feel like? And so the conversation that I was having with my girlfriend earlier was, if we prioritize the things that we say are most important to us, which is usually classic answers, our religion, our families, children, if you have children, our personal sanity, all of those things that we give as standard answers. But what would it really look like if we truly, honest to God, prioritize those things in our life? Because I remember, and I can't remember who was talking about it. I can't remember who was talking about it, but the question came up, and it was like, we prioritize those things, or we say those things are like the most important to us, but those are the things that we tend to neglect. Those are the things that we tend to just kind of be like, we can get back around to it, relationships and, going to events or family functions, or, those are the things that we claim to be most important to us, but we get back around to that. Hey, Paris. We get back around to those things, so it's like, what would your life look like if we didn't get back around to it, if we actually just seize that? Hey, Janae, thanks for hopping back on. If we actually just kind of seize those things, what would our life look like? What would the trajectory of what we did and the impact that we had on other people, like, what would that look like? And so I was mentioning during this conversation that I was just in Vegas a couple weeks ago, and we were Ubering. And so during this Uber ride, we met this guy. Hey, Don. We met this guy, and he said that he backpacked. And he had just backpacked across like India and, all of these places. And my question to him, just because of the space and the stage that I am in life, my question out of curiosity was, what caused you to say that that was important? Because most people are not going to just stop what they're doing, leave their life. They can hate their job. They're not going to leave their job to just decide, I'm going to backpack for a year or to live in all of these places. And so he said that he had had a horrible car accident, like a near-death car accident. And it caused him to focus a little bit different on things that were important to him. And so what he did, which was so cool, is he would just choose a place on the globe and go and live and experience. And I'm thinking, what freedom that is, right? Most of us will never understand that freedom. What freedom that is to just say, you know what? I'm just going to pick a space on the globe. Boom. Coming to America style. I'm just going, boop. I'm going to go, I'm going to live, and I'm going to experience that. So it poses the question, what would life look like if we just, spent our energy on the things that we truly felt like were important, or we claim to be important to us? What would we look like? What would your life look like? How would your life look different? Would you travel more? Would you love on people more? Would you love on yourself more? What would you do? Like, where would you be? How would you be a different person if you prioritized the things that you said are a priority to you? So that was my deep thought of the night. Just, what would life look like? And I've been asked that question before, not in that way, but I've had to ask that question. Here in a direct sales forum, I've asked that question, like, what would you do if time and money didn't exist? But what would you do if you just prioritize the things that you claim to be most important? Like, how would that affect your life? What would you do? Where would you go? How would you live? How would you feel? And I think we put so much emphasis on the things that we claim to be less important, and not enough emphasis on the things that we say are important to us, which leaves us limited in a lot of things. And it leaves us not really experiencing, in my opinion only, not really getting to experience all of the things that we probably would have experienced if we were a little bit more free of our fears, free of, self-doubt, free of the opinions of others, free of, responsibilities that we've created. We could possibly be completely different people from the people who we, find ourselves to be in this existence. So I thought that was super interesting, that most of us have things that we claim to be our top priorities, but we spend no time doing those things. We spend no time investing in those things that we claim are our most important things in life. Or even if we spend some time, we don't spend the bulk of our time investing in those things. We spend them investing in other things that we claim mean nothing to us, or that we claim, hey, Jaime, or that we claim has little importance to us. That's where we spend like 80 to 90% of our energy, in those things that mean nothing. So if we just, for a day, for a week, I really truly believe that if we did for a day, we flip-flopped that experience and we invested 90% of our energy into the things that we claim are important, and 10% of our energy into the things that we don't feel are as high a priority. Wow. Our existence for that day. And if we could get it up to a week, a month, wow. Can you imagine the lives that would be different? Can you imagine how much your life would be different if you did just that? Now, I'm not saying be irresponsible, but I'm saying, write the letters, make the phone calls, stop and actually listen when somebody is, having a conversation with you. If we just did those things, if we actually said, okay, I'm going to stop and have that, that ice cream, or read that book, or, listen to, somebody read the newspaper, if that's what brings people enjoyment, whatever it is, I'm going to stop and read that book today. I'm going to take that extra 15 minutes and soak in the tub today. Like, what would your life experience be like? Just even doing those little things, I hear so many parents who say they can't or they don't show up to like kids' sporting events and, all of those things. Like, what a difference it would probably make in the kid's life. Hey, Ressa, in the kid's life, to say my parent, my aunt, my cousin came to my game, came to my recital, came to my whatever. Just those things that we don't allow ourselves to do because we are bombarded with the responsibilities that we create in life. And so that was the thought. Like, what would our life look like if we truly paid attention to the things that we claim are most important in our life? If we didn't back burner those things, what would our life look like? How could we impact society? How would we impact society if we did some things like that? So that was my thought. Just randomly thinking. I just wanted to hop on and chit chat and get some perspective, get some other people's perspective on it. I think that just those are the types of things that if we thought about how we could just make a little bit of an adjustment, that it would truly change our world, even if it was just our circle, it would truly change that. I think about how many times I say, gosh, I haven't hung out with some of my favorite cousins. Wow. These are your favorite people in the world? Your favorite people in the world. You haven't made any time to have a phone conversation with them. You haven't made any time to, spend time with them. But these are your favorite people in the world. How crazy is that? How crazy does that even sound? You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. Or you haven't made time to spend just some good quality girlfriend time with, great girlfriends, or, friends from school, or, whatever that space might be. Like those things. Hey, sissy. Those things. Like, these are people who you like, you love, that are, you use the term favorite, most important things, people, and you go days, months, years without contact, but you can see people who you don't even like for hours a day. We got something messed up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we have life like twisted and shook. Like, that's crazy to me. But that's kind of like the existence that we live in. We spend most of our time with people that we do not like, doing things that we do not like, instead of investing time and energy into things and people who we say are important and who we say we love. and who we say we appreciate, but we invest no time, no energy into those relationships or into, sharing experience with them. So that was it. Hey Chantel, hey Kalisha, hey KK. So that was it. I just wanted to pop on, and like I said, from time to time, I'm, getting back, want to get back into my kind of tea time vibe. So I'm super excited. So from time to time after my live, I may pop back on with a little bit of a chit chat if I have a thought that I want to share, or if I'm looking to just kind of connect with my peoples out in the world. So that's it. Just wanted to pop in with some chit chat. If you have any thoughts, drop them in the comment box. I want to know what you think. What would your life look like if you did things differently? What would your experience be if you spent more time on those things that you love? So drop it in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. But that's it for tonight. Like I said, if you're just popping on, this is not a jewelry live, so I'm not showing jewelry. My jewelry live is in replay. You can catch that on my page at any time. This is just a little bit of a chit chat. So, but until next time, you guys know what to do. Be great on purpose. Have a good night, guys.